So this is our second week homeschooling, and there are some things that I think are amazing about it and some things that have been a little bit challenging. So things that are amazing, one, I get to spend all my time with my boys and I feel like way more connected with them. I mean, going from like working full time to being with them all the time is just a complete 180. And randomly, I also feel like I have way more patience with them because I'm not, like, I feel like before I was kind of taking the stress from work, and then at home I would always be like rushed and I wouldn't be patient waiting for my kids. Whereas now, it took my son like 15 minutes to get in the car today because he didn't want to go to school. And it wasn't like I had to get him there at a certain time because I had to rush to work after. So I just, sat there and waited for him to finally get in the car, and then we left and there was no screaming or yelling or anything. So that was amazing. With my first grader, I love that I get to pick what he's learning, and I love watching him learn it and even doing it with him sometimes. Like yesterday we painted the sun together, which was pretty cool. And not teaching him things like Common Core, which I think are just, so much busy work. And I feel like a lot of it is really a waste of time. I mean, there's so much from school that you don't even remember, right? So I want to teach them what's really important. And the other thing that I'm so happy that I don't have to deal with anymore, and I hate saying this because some of these people are my friends, but just like the PTA and school force and the principal just constantly asking for like money and volunteering, and it was just like it was never enough. It was never good enough. The amount of money we donated or the amount of time we spent, there was always something else that we were supposed to do, right? So I feel really great, like being able to let that go and not feel like the pressure of that, because there's like this pressure from public school. Like there are parents who do a certain amount of volunteering and there are parents who don't, and it needs to be done like a certain way, and there's just all these unwritten rules about it, and I could never get in with that. So some things that have been challenging, one, I really haven't like left my house that much. I mean, we've like a few times we've like gone to the park and done different things, but I think I need to get better about like planning like field trips or something, because it'll end up being like 3 o'clock and we haven't really gone anywhere. So I'm working on that. Another thing that's really cool is I was able to sign my older son up for this woodworking class. It's at like 12:30 in the afternoon or something, and he loves it. And so it's really cool that he can do classes like that and like get out and socialize and learn new things. I think they made like a sanding block or something yesterday. And then also he had soccer last night and he was super pumped to go. And in the past it would have been like he had been at school all day and then come home and do homework and then eat dinner and then rush off to soccer, whereas he was just so much more low key, having like homeschooled, had some time to chill out, and then it's time for soccer. And the last thing is I don't have to wait in those horrendous lines to drop my kid off at public school anymore. Those are seriously the worst. Like, there's always like the one person who is hugging their kid for 17 minutes and blocking all lanes of traffic, and, good for them. But I mean, we all have places to go too. So glad I don't have to deal with those things. Still trying to figure out a few things on my own, but overall, I mean, I'm kind of loving it. I think I found my calling. Maybe it was advertising before, but now teaching my kids.